Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm also good. I've got a Dear John letter here. I'm excited to chat with you about it, so we'll have that coming up later in the program. Also, I have a quote for today. You ready for that?
Sure.
All right. You know who Alan Alda is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. He was on MASH. Remember that?
Yes.
He's also the person who says this quote. He says, "Be brave enough to live life creatively. The creative place where no one else has ever been." Alan Alda. I like that. I liked him on MASH as well.
I didn't watch MASH. I liked him on The Gong Show.
Oh, he was good on that too. Yeah. He was also in the movie What Women Want. Watched that not too long ago with Mel
yes,
Gibson.
he was.
Remember that?
Yes.
And Helen Hunt. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. See, I know what I'm talking about. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's 24th day of May. It's a Thursday. It is National Wyoming Day, National Escargot Day. Although it's spelled escargot,
Yes, it is.
but it's escargot. National Scavenger Hunt Day. I'm going to hide some stuff around the office today and see if you can find it.
Okay.
Sound like fun?
Sure.
I'm also going to tell you about this one here. It's Aviation Maintenance Technician Day. We should all be very thankful we have those.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Because
there's
these
like
are the
over 3
people-
million parts.
Yeah, these are the people who make sure the airplanes are all tip-top shape before we take off in them. So
We learned
thank
that on
you.
Tuesdays with Charlie.
Yeah, we did. Thank you for aviation maintenance technicians. It's also Brothers Day, so if you have a brother, today's the day to send him flowers or something, or a pizza. What would be the right thing to send a brother for Brothers Day? I didn't know there was such a thing.
I didn't know there was either.
I have
When's
two
Sister's
brothers.
Day?
Hey, I'm looking out for me, not you. I don't know. It's also Red Nose Day today. All of that happening on this Thursday, the 24th day of May.
John and Heidi.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All-American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-818-3967. 800-818-3967. That's 800-818-3967. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs, but first, a Canadian woman was arrested after defecating on the floor at a Tim Hortons
I saw this.
and throwing it at the manager who would not let her use the restroom. She had to be on something. It doesn't say that in the
saw
story,
this online.
but a normal person who's not on some sort of substance would never do that. So I saw on the Facebook post that I read, it said, sounds like she ordered the number 2. I was like, oh, boy. So anyway, she came in and said, I need to use a restroom. They said, that's for customers only. She said, I'm not a customer. I just need to use a restroom. And they're like, it's not my problem. And she said, well, now it is. And, turned into a... Well, we're talking about it here.
That's disgusting.
That is very disgusting. One of the most disgusting things we're going to talk about today. Can't tell you... I'm not going to say it's the worst because I don't know for sure what all is in this pile, but I know it's pretty bad. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Each day at this time, we talk about people doing dumb things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, there's a toll-free number you can call.
1-800-438-0380.
That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline.
1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. 49-year-old Donna Raynaud, a former candidate for mayor of Kenner, Louisiana, and the wife of Kenner city councilman, was arrested after police say she was the aggressor in a fight with a couple of Treasure Chest Casino, or with a couple, rather, at the Treasure Chest Casino.
Okay.
Police broke up the fight involving this young lady and an unidentified man and woman. They appeared to all be intoxicated, told officers the man shoved her with no physical provocation after she told his female companion it was not the time to be line dancing. So they were just trying to dance, but she said, not the time for that.
Jeez.
The police checked the surveillance video and determined that she was the aggressor. She removed both of her high heel shoes and ran towards the man and punched him in the face, causing him to fall out of his chair. She was booked for disturbing the peace. That turned into quite the nice...
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, nice little
You can't
outing
line
you have
dance.
there.
I'm going to beat you up.
Yeah. Somebody hold my shoes. I just don't. People don't think when they drink, so that's why you don't do that. That's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen. Oprah Winfrey is in the news. Heidi's dad cannot say her name for
He
some
cannot.
reason.
He says Oprah.
Oprah Winfrey. He can't say Oprah.
He can't say Oprah.
We'll have to work with him on
I don't
that.
know why.
Speech therapy. Oprah Winfrey reportedly owns a $90 million mansion. This mansion has 16 bathrooms. That is a big old mansion.
What is the point?
I don't know. You wouldn't have to use the same bathroom every day, I guess.
That's ridiculous. I don't care how much money I had. I would never, ever.
You'd never have a $90 million mansion?
Have a home
No.
with 16 bathrooms.
I don't think I would either.
I don't like to clean one bathroom.
I don't think she's probably the one cleaning those bathrooms, Heidi. Critics
Well,
are...
she'd think twice if she was.
Exactly.
Those poor maids.
Okay.
Her slaves.
It's probably Stedman that's doing it. Stedman is probably cleaning those bathrooms. Critics are giving the new Han Solo spinoff 1 star. One critic called it the worst Star Wars movie since Attack of the Clones. I have two, absolutely love you guys, but I have two Star Wars nerd friends on Facebook that fought about this for I was just reading it, like eating the popcorn, reading their comments. They went at each other for 45 minutes about this stupid movie.
I'm not
gonna... I haven't seen
don't
it, so I
watch
don't know.
Star
But I had
Wars.
one that said it was the worst movie ever, and then another one was saying, I just went to it and I thought it was fantastic, and then they nerded out at each other for 45 minutes.
Nerded out.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
That's not very nice.
And then they had to go, upstairs and have dinner with mom, so... All right, that's going to do it for Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
John and Heidi.
Now, your scoop of the day, courtesy of 49bydesign.com. A survey by America's Fitness Index found that Arlington, Virginia is the fittest city in America.
That's nice.
Yeah, so
Good for
if
them.
you want to feel worse about yourself, that's where you move, right there. Arlington, Virginia. I live in such a fit city while I lay here and watch TV. Wonder what's on. Netflix and chill while my neighbors are out doing stuff. I don't think that is not something that's on my list of important things when I'm trying to figure out where I live. Is that important to you, Heidi?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Do I look like that's
as
important
we're
to me?
sitting over here eating and drinking and no, it's not a thing. A naked man was tackled and subdued after running through the aisles on an Alaskan Airlines flight. So, not exactly sure what was going on
Why
there.
can't you run through the aisles?
Because he was naked.
Oh, he was naked. I missed that part.
Did you miss that?
I missed that part.
A naked man was tackled and subdued after running through the aisles
I can
on an
see why
Alaskan
that
airline
would be
flight.
a problem.
Yeah.
I wonder who had to tackle him.
I don't know. That's what the flight attendants are doing, and air marshal, and maybe just the guy in 5B. I have no idea. Papa John's now selling their garlic sauce in I can't even say it without laughing. Papa John's now selling their garlic sauce in 1-gallon jugs. Who needs that much garlic sauce? I mean, seriously? Does the restaurant even use 1-gallon jugs?
I don't know.
Because they send it out in the little cups in the box. Just little cups. They don't need a gallon.
Well,
so
maybe
why do
there
I
are
need a
people
gallon?
who want to use it for cooking.
What are you going to do with the gallon jug? Where are you going to put the gallon jug? How are you going to get the gallon jug dispersed so everybody can use it? You're going to sit a gallon of garlic sauce on the table while you're
I
eating?
think maybe they mean for in the cooking.
No, this is the Papa John's now selling their garlic sauce in 1-gallon jugs, the stuff that you dip your crust in. I just
do
don't
love that stuff.
But why a gallon jug?
I don't know. Why are you so angry
I
about
just
it?
think it's really funny because I can't imagine. I can't imagine sitting in the marketing meeting for that where they're saying
You're
"We
awfully
should-"
passionate about this, John.
I'm just trying to imagine sitting in that meeting. We're saying, "Hey, we should make this a little more convenient for our customers instead of just these little cups. Let's sell it in something a little more convenient, like a gallon jug." I mean, it's worked for the milk people. Let's get on board that
You
bandwagon.
clearly don't understand how amazing garlic sauce is.
It must be good.
It's
If it's
very
gallon
good.
jug good, I mean, I don't know, is that good? But it must be good. A survey called the Indoor Generation Report found that a quarter of Americans will spend their entire day indoors without ever leaving the house. These are people that don't have dogs, apparently. We've got dogs. I have to let the dogs out. But then I can stay indoors for everything else. So we should get outdoors more often.
We should.
So this thing was called the Indoor Generation Report. What do you think people are doing while they're indoors? Maybe they're playing on Facebook. An internal Facebook survey recently revealed that the site has over 1 billion phony accounts.
Oh, phony accounts.
Yeah. So over 1 billion of their accounts are fake accounts. What is the purpose of a fake account?
I have no idea.
I've never understood what they do with that.
I don't know.
I get friend requests from fake accounts.
Yeah, I do too.
I always know it's a fake account because they say, really like the show. So I'm like, that's a fake account. I'm just teasing. And one other Facebook story here. They launched a new product called Youth Portal that teaches kids not to spend too much time on Facebook because social media can be bad for kids, according to Facebook, who happens to be the largest social media company in the world. So they're training kids to wink, wink, not spend too much time with us. The Youth Portal, I think what they're doing really is training kids to spend as much time as they can. I like how they're saying, hey, we're trying to be responsible and tell kids, don't spend too much time with us. Do that in this 8-hour survey. It's practice. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.
John and Heidi.
Do you have ideas for t-shirt designs, but you don't have a clue how to print them? Or maybe you'd like to have t-shirts and coffee mugs available to buy online with your business logo printed on them. There's a website that makes it easy. We set ours up in about 10 minutes. There's no sign-up fee, no minimum orders, no monthly fees. It's just a really easy way to put some cool items online for sale, and you get paid every time somebody buys them. You don't have to print or ship anything. Just sign up, upload your designs, and then let people know where they can get your cool stuff. More details available at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
And it's time right now for
Dear John Letters.
All right, this is a bizarre letter today, Heidi.
Okay.
And she even admits that. Here's the Dear John letter for today. It says, Dear John, this is a pretty weird letter, but I've heard others that may be more bizarre. My husband and I are still getting used to being empty nesters. Our youngest left for college last year, so I'm not sure who all the kids are in the neighborhood these days. But I've driven past a few, and she has in, quotes, organized fights in the street recently. So I'm not sure what that means exactly. Then the letter goes on. The last one was over the weekend. There was a group of kids in a parking lot near my home with boxing gloves on and a crowd cheering the two boys on. They all seemed to be about 11 years old to maybe 15. This looked like a scene from the movie Fight Club to me. When I parked in my garage and walked out to see if everything was okay, they had already taken off. This is the second time I've witnessed a street fight with these young kids. After the first incident, I told my husband I wanted to call the police, but he told me to just stay out of it. Now that there's been a second event, I think I need to call the police. What do you think? Is this just kids being kids, as my husband says? Do you think someone may get hurt if I don't intervene? That's my fear. What are your thoughts? Signed, Concerned Neighbor. Well, Concerned Neighbor? I don't know. I think I would probably call the police, personally. And the reason I say that is you don't know what could happen, and how awful would you feel if something terrible happened? If, you don't even know if both of the kids that are in there want to be in there. So, absolutely, positively, I think you should call the police.
But not if they're already gone. What are the cops
No,
going to do?
I
Don't
understand
waste
that.
their time. I mean,
Yeah.
if while it's going on, you notice it, call them right away so they can get there and just make sure that everyone's all right.
And you might even just reach out and say, have you gotten a report from anybody else about this? Here's the other thing that it could be. There are kids nowadays who record videos of themselves doing silly things I wonder if it's even really a fight. I mean, because as ridiculous as it sounds, it could just be a big put on where they're recording these videos. So you never know what you're really seeing.
But it's a good idea to send the officers over just to make
Absolutely.
sure and just to make sure everybody's okay and nothing dangerous is going on.
And I understand where your husband is saying, hey, we don't want to get involved. It's none of our business. But, I think you're making the right decision. They call this motherly instinct. Dads don't have motherly instinct. They have fatherly instinct, and that is, they'll learn their lesson. He's going to
do it once.
He's going to hurt himself. Yeah, he'll only do that once. So I understand that, your hubby is saying that. Now, here's the thing. I think you need to talk to him and just say, I saw it happen again. And this time there was a big crowd of kids. It doesn't say if there was a big crowd of kids with the first one, but if there was more kids involved, and just let him know. Say, I'm going to call. I think you can be anonymous. I don't know if they ask who you are.
No,
if they
you
need to
could
know.
be anonymous.
But, you certainly
But
don't
I
wanna,
wouldn't do it again until you see it again.
Exactly.
There's no point.
And if you happen to recognize any of the kids, if you know who some of the people are, maybe it would even make sense to talk to a parent. Just ask him. Just say, hey, do you
know your kids over there fighting in the parking lot?
Well, and that's the thing. If our kids were involved in something like that, wouldn't you want to know?
Oh, yeah.
I would absolutely want to know.
Yeah.
And again, like your husband
Somebody was
saying,
punching at my kid, I'd be involved in the next round.
Well, and if the husband said it's just kids being kids, there is something to that. But if they're doing something like that, they should do it where they're supervised. Because if they're punching each other in a parking lot, if you fall down in a parking lot,
smack your head on that concrete,
you could actually inadvertently kill a friend. So
absolutely,
it's just not the safe
bad
way to do
idea.
it. It's not. Yeah, this is what is categorized as a not good idea. It's a very bad idea. I don't think I said that correctly. This is categorized as a bad idea. That's what I meant to say. So if it were me, concerned neighbor, yes, I would call the police, but I wouldn't call unless I actually saw something happening again. If nothing happens again, and it's done.
Right.
But if it happens again, yeah, I would absolutely
call while it's going on.
At the ready. And yeah, don't sit around and wait to see how long it goes on. Call right away and say, hey, there's something going on. Because you would feel awful.
Well, you're not going to be able to stop it if you wait until it's over. So.
And you would feel awful, and so would your husband, if one of the neighbor kids died because a parent didn't get involved. If somebody got hit and they fell and hit their head on a curb or whatever, you would feel terrible. So I think you need to reach out. This has been today's Dear John letter. If you have a Dear John letter for next week or a future week, you can submit that to us right through our website at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
It's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough. Available now on Amazon or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
This is kind of a long fun fact. Louis XVI of France was really unpleasant. He'd been depicted as a very unpleasant person. And in 1674, he was visiting a school at Claremont. He heard from the school's authorities that one of the children, a 9-year-old Irish kid named Francis Selden, had made a pun about this king's bald head. He was furious. He had a secret warrant drawn up for this 9-year-old kid, and he was thrown into solitary confinement in the Bastille. His parents and members of the Europeans' richest merchant families were told simply the child had disappeared. Days turned into months, turned into years. Louis himself passed away, but Francis spent 69 years in the hole for making fun of the king's bald head.
Oh. My gosh.
So this 9-year-old kid went to prison in the hole for 69 years just for making a pun about this king's bald head. That's not good. But that is a crazy fun fact. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word for this Thursday. You know what the grandiloquent word is today, Heidi?
What is the grandiloquent word for the day?
I thought you'd never ask. It's flummery. What do you think flummery is? F-L-U-M-M-E-R-Y. Flummery.
I honestly don't know.
Oh, a little flibbity-flabbity flummery. Let me tell you what flummery is. Flummery is a sweet dish made of beaten eggs, milk, sugar, and flavorings. It's also an empty compliment and nonsense. So, if somebody says something that's not really a compliment, it's an empty compliment, that would be flummery. They're just giving you a bunch of flummery. You want it in a sentence?
Yes, please.
I kind of thought you might. You're going to like this one. This is one of my favorite sentences ever. Feeding flummery to the fulgurous fawn failed to flatter as the fulsome feigned in fullness.
Did you write that sentence?
Do I even know what half of those words are? How could I have written a sentence? I don't even know what that means.
It's all starts with the same letter as something.
Funny.
Yeah, I know you do.
I think that's really funny. I like to do that, but no, that was not my sentence. If it were my sentence, the words would have been much, much shorter. Things like fun and, freaky, but not flummery and flirtatious or whatever that wasn't even it. I don't know. This has been your grandiloquent word. Again, today's word, flummery.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now, some weird news on a Thursday. The New York Daily News reports that Brooklyn hairstylist threw his client through the front window of the barbershop. The client complained about his haircut. 33-year-old customer at a Levels barbershop in Crown Heights told his stylist, "I don't like the haircut." He threatened to withhold payment due to a disappointing job. The infuriated barber shoved the man through the front store window.
Whoa!
Sliced open his face in the process. The stylist who injured the man took off running when it was discovered that he was the victim was bleeding. Paramedics took the victim to the hospital. The barbers at the scene both maintain they have no idea who that other stylist was. They don't know his name and they don't know how to reach him. Sure you don't.
Sure. He was just some guy.
The guy that was on chair number 3. Yeah, I have no idea who that was.
I don't know who it is.
He was in here cutting hair. You don't know who it is? Never seen him before in my life. Just some random dude. Just some random dude. Here's the other barbers, by the way, are named Small and Donald Romelius. So my last name is Small. I don't know if his first
name is Small?
It just says Small and Donald Romelius. So I don't know if his name is Small Romelius. I have no idea. Huh. It's a very confusing story the way they have it written. I do have a link to it if you would like to read all about it, and that is in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time now for your moment of duh. These always make me smile because it makes me feel better about myself to know that there are people out there that make worse decisions than I make.
Oh, there's always lots of people
I make
like that.
bad decisions, but these people, they do a little better. An Iowa man, unhappy with waiting in the police station lobby area, broke into a secure area and was promptly arrested. Why would you do this? 33-year-old Andrew Matthew Reagan came to the police station with an assault victim at 10 p.m. last Friday. He was unhappy with having to wait in the lobby area. He began tinkering with the door to get into, the secured area. An officer in another part of the building talked with Reagan through an intercom, telling him the police were busy. Officers would take the report when somebody's available. He allegedly responded that an officer would be available once he got past that front door. So he kept trying. Police took the comment as a threat.
Absolutely.
He was arrested when he defeated the lock and opened the door.
He was charged with second-degree burglary and possession of burglary tools. So he pulled out stuff, picked the lock to break into the secure area of a jail.
What an idiot.
I'm going to see how long he's going to be in there to break out of the secure area. That was not a good idea, Mr. Reagan.
Oh,
bad
my.
idea. Very bad idea. But that's why this is today's moment of duh.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough, available now on Amazon, or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
John and Heidi.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, you have to tell me if this is a true story that actually happened in Florida or if it's just a bunch of flummery. See, that's today's
see what you did there.
word. See, I'm going to see if I can start using flummery. A bunch of flummery. Just a little fake news. All right, you ready for these?
Sure.
I'm going to see if I can get to two of them. So we'll start with this one. Fake news or Florida? Professional sumo wrestler in Florida kicked out of an all-you-can-eat buffet for eating too much. Fake news or Florida?
Fake news.
Dang it. I thought I was going to get you for sure on that one. It is fake news. I made
Florida
that.
isn't exactly known for sumo wrestlers.
Well, I didn't want to just say a fat guy because, as being a fat guy, that might be offensive. I'm in there with you guys. I've never been kicked out of an all-you-can-eat buffet, but I think there was one time I came close. They're like, you about done? I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about done. Okay, just making sure. Fake news or Florida, Heidi? Florida man interested in karate is is in trouble because he was kicking birds in the face. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
It is a true story. I didn't do a very good job of summing it up, did I? So, a Florida man interested in karate allegedly found an elusive and illegal target for his kicks, bird faces.
Man.
This is a couple weeks ago. I know, I've been holding this one. The Orlando Sentinel reported that Rocco Joseph Montella was arrested for, quote, practicing karate, end quote, by kicking swans in the head
swans
in
even.
downtown Orlando. This happened Thursday, April 26th. I've had the story sitting here for a while. I have got quite the stack of stories from Florida. By the way, when we put a little task at the hands of our listeners, they respond. I've got a lot of fake stories, and I've got a lot of Florida stories. I used my fake story today, and it wasn't so hot. If you've got a good story that you'd like to submit, you can do that at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with some good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of Odiva. It's the monthly subscription service for the ladies. All of the details at radiosavings.com. You're looking out there. Is there something
There's a
going on?
bunny.
Oh, I was wondering what you were up to. You were just looking out the window smiling.
He's so cute.
I didn't know what you just seemed a little happier than normal. I'm like, what's going on? Is there somebody out there getting ready to break you out of this place? Here's our good news for today. I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a big wedding that happened this last weekend.
I hadn't heard anything
Yeah,
about that.
it wasn't on Facebook or
It was
wasn't
kinda hush-hush.
on television. It was just, no, it was huge. It was ridiculous, and it was everywhere. And the royal wedding kind of royally took over everything. And for those of you who are wondering what happened with all of the flowers afterwards, that's my good news story for today. Markle and Harry donated the royal wedding leftovers to cheer up hospice patients. They had all these beautiful bouquets. Instead of letting them go to waste, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle put their floral arrangements to good use. After the royal wedding at Windsor Castle last Saturday, the nuptials donated all of the decorative flowers used in the ceremony to St. Joseph's Hospice in London. That's really neat. The facility pushed a Facebook post featuring one of the delighted patients cradling a bouquet that was donated on Sunday. They say, today we got a very special delivery. Beautiful bouquets made from the hashtag Royal Wedding Flowers, which we gave to our patients. A big thank you to Harry and Megan and florist Philippa Craddock. Our hospice smells and looks gorgeous. Such a lovely gesture. I think that's neat.
That's very nice. That is nice.
And this lady has her arms full of flowers. There's, I don't know if it's a dozen or if it's 2 dozen. I don't know what it is. A bunch of them. It's a bunch of beautiful flowers.
Oh, that's sweet.
But that is neat. And I guess I never even would have thought, what do you do with all those flowers when you're done? But I did not watch the wedding. So
I didn't either.
I saw photos on Facebook, and as I was scrolling through, you were reliving the moments because I have a lot of friends that were very interested for some reason.
I just
was like,
don't get
we got to
it.
hang out less. I mean,
Whatever.
because I'm really not into that. And if that's your thing, that's cool. I mean, it's not my thing. I have friends' weddings that I don't even make it to, so I'm certainly not excited about. It's not that I don't want to go. I'm just saying it's not my thing. But yeah, there are a lot of people really excited about that for some reason. I've got a link to this story, something really cool that came of it. I think that's neat. It's in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.